Is global airspace becoming a battlefield? Embassies are urging evacuations. Hypersonic missiles are being intercepted mid-air. Military lasers are firing inside U.S. airspace. Drones are shutting down airports. And commercial flights are still operating through all of it. So the question is global airspace becoming a battlefield? Because in 2026, the skies are no longer just about travel. They're about strategy, deterrence, and increasingly, confrontation. Let's break it down. Embassies, evacuations and risk signals. Recently, the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem urged non-essential personnel and families to leave Israel, while commercial flights are still available. That wording matters. While flights are still available, suggests a window. Historically, embassy evacuation advisories often come before capacity reductions, insurance spikes, rapid airline rerouting, airspace closures. We've seen this before. Ukraine in 2022. Parts of the Middle East during escalations. Even temporary regional closures after missile incidents. Commercial aviation doesn't shut down instantly. It adjusts. Airlines monitor. NOTAMs. Military activity. Insurance risk corridors. Airspace congestion. And when tensions rise, routes shift quietly, sometimes thousands of miles longer. Airspace today is fluid. And geopolitics now directly shapes flight paths. Hypersonic missiles and intercepts. Now let's talk about something even more serious. Video footage recently appeared to show a Patriot air defense system intercepting a Zircon hypersonic missile. Hypersonic weapons travel at speeds above Mach 5. That's over 3,800 miles per hour. At those speeds, response time is extremely compressed. Now imagine that happening within the broader envelope of civilian air traffic. Civil aviation operates at 30,000 to 40,000 feet. Defined corridors. Predictable routing. Military conflict zones disrupt that predictability. Airlines may avoid entire FIRs, flight information regions. Flights reroute over Turkey, Central Asia, the Mediterranean. Insurance premiums rise. Fuel costs increase. Flight times extend. Passengers rarely notice the geopolitical chess game happening beneath the route map. But airlines absolutely do. Drones and domestic airspace. It's not just conflict zones. Even inside the United States, airspace complexity is increasing. Recently, lawmakers claimed that a U.S. military counter-drone laser mistakenly shot down a Customs and Border Protection drone in Texas. That's significant. Because it shows real-world deployment of directed energy weapons inside domestic airspace. At the same time, we've seen drone sightings shut down airspace. Temporary flight restrictions expanding rapidly. Counter-drone systems becoming operational. The sky used to be relatively simple. Now it includes commercial jets, military aircraft, surveillance drones, civilian drones, counter-drone systems, restricted zones. Airspace is becoming layered and dynamic. And technology is accelerating faster than regulation. How airlines are adapting. Airlines are not passive. They adapt constantly. We're seeing structural shifts. Overseas crew bases. Fleet flexibility. Satellite connectivity upgrades. Real-time route optimization. Increased geopolitical risk modeling. Modern airline operation centers track weather, conflict zones, military exercises, political developments. And rerouting can happen within minutes. The airline industry is becoming more resilient. But also more exposed. Because geopolitical instability is no longer regional. It's global. The big picture. Airspace used to be neutral. Now it's strategic territory. Hypersonic weapons. Directed energy systems. Drone warfare. Embassy evacuations. All intersecting with commercial aviation. And yet, 100,000 plus flights still operate globally every single day. The system is resilient. But it's also operating in the most complex geopolitical environment in decades. The skies are no longer just routes. They are contested corridors. So is global airspace becoming a battlefield? Not entirely. But it's certainly no longer neutral. And if you want to understand where aviation is heading next, you have to watch what's happening above the clouds, and below the headlines. Subscribe for sharp aviation geopolitics analysis. This is the Open Skies.